What's going on, guys? MariK here, and with the Star Wars Battlefront collection less than 2 weeks away, I thought this would be a good time to discuss map strategies. For those of you who haven't had the chance to play the original Battlefront online or haven't played since the original servers were shut down. So in these videos, we'll be taking a look at the layouts to each map and going over different strategies that you can take for each of the various factions. Hoth is another one of those maps that have multiple destroyable command posts. For the Empire, they have two AT-ATs, both of which can be destroyed, and then they have the forward camp command post. The Rebels have Echo Base, they have Control, they have the Outpost, they have the Bunker, and then they have the shield generator in the back. The shield generator can be destroyed. However, as far as actual command posts go, it's pretty one-sided towards the Rebels, but this map is anything but in favor of the Rebel Alliance. The obvious strategy is going to be spawning as a pilot, grabbing the AT-AT before another player does, and then just starting to unload on the command post to your left. That would be the bunker. And just start laying waste to pretty much everything. The AT-AT shot is super slow. Both its rate of fire and the actual blaster shots, they take forever to hit their targets. And it is a little harder to aim at moving targets with it when you're zoomed in. But if you unzoom, it's fairly simple. Ooh. The AT-AT does have a second position, but I don't really like it. It's basically the little cannon on the side, and you can shoot it faster, and it does still get the job done. But the problem is that allows another player or an AI to take the wheel, and honestly, you don't want that. This is such a good vehicle because it's just super OP, which is why the thing shoots slow as sin. But you want to be able to use it to its full potential, and you definitely can't do that if you've got an AI driving it.
Target maximum firepower.
Once you destroy the shield generator, it will disappear off the map, and players will no longer be able to use it as a spawn point. And there's the last Rebel over there. And let's just see if we can put an end to him. And we did. And look at that. 164 to 0. It's really, really easy to win this as Imperials, especially if you have someone decent behind the wheel of those AT-ATs. The next strategy is spawning as an Imperial AT-AT pilot and piloting one of the AT-STs from the forward camp. This may or may not be a safer strategy. While you do have more mobility, you have more control over your shots that are almost just as powerful as the AT-ATs, you're not vulnerable to getting tripped up by the snow speeders and their tow cables, but you are a lot weaker to rockets and more susceptible to the turret damage, so you do have to be more careful. Who in the hell is getting ballsy? Both of you. I almost like this option a little bit better just because I do like being able to get around a little faster and being able to have a little more precision with my murder sprees. The AT-ST does have a side cannon weapon, but it's not great, and if there is an ally in your AT-ST, it will allow them to take it and drive it themselves. See, those turrets will light you up a lot faster in an AT-ST than they will when you're in an AT-AT. One problem that I do find with the AT-ST compared to the AT-AT is it does feel like your shots don't travel as far before they just kind of disappear into the nether. The third strategy is to take a sniper up the hill in front of the forward camp and attempt to snipe some of the rebels down there at what I believe is the outpost. And it is difficult to snipe on... It's difficult to snipe up here simply because the AI run frantic on this map, and I don't really know why. It's almost easier to just time your shots and just double shot for the kill versus trying to actually land headshots. Players may move a little bit less erratically, as weird as that may be. See, like, I can't... There we go. However, the downside to this is you have no way to replenish your health unless you want to go back to the command post, or unless you want to move right there to where that health and ammo droid is. And it definitely puts you in the line of fire for sure, but it is probably the better option, so you're not stuck going all the way back every single time. I don't know what it is about trying to snipe on this map either, but it seems like a lot of the times the shots almost just don't even register. But it does seem like it's easier to just time your shots so that you hit them either mid-stride or just a couple body shots while your allies, AI or player alike, move up and just take the command post outright. Playing as a soldier class and just storming the front of the command post is just, it's a lot more straightforward, and it honestly seems like it's just easier and works better. However, if you are more patient than I am and you are good with the sniper, I think I'm alright, but I definitely don't try to land my headshots as much. I usually try to take the outpost because there's more kills, more kill potentials, but there's also more strategic value in taking the outpost, whereas you could take the bunker. However, all that gives you is, it gives you a line, it gives you a tunnel you can take that goes straight to the shield generator, but as a shield generator is a completely destructible command post, you can usually leave the AT-ATs to take care of that, and then this is going to take you straight to control, and then straight to the hangar for Echo Base. Taking that would prevent the enemy from getting their snow speeders in the air to use to then take out your AT-ATs. This one is really difficult to take, especially because it is such a large command post, and allies, or enemies, both AI and players alike, will be spawning in, not only to stop you from taking it, but also to, you know, hitch a ride in one of the snow speeders to take out your AT-ATs. With the Rebels, your first available strategy is to just take the sniper, and you can snipe the Imperials as they come over the hill. I like to stand on top of the command post to do this, so that I can also drop right down and immediately grab more ammo once I run out. However, I am pretty vulnerable to getting blasted by the AT-AT and the AT-STs alike. You will have to keep in mind, though, that your shots are wildly inaccurate from so far. It is still easy to score your kills, but you will have to be a little more accurate and take your time with shooting your shots. If you really want to be safe, you can go further up the snow embankment behind the command post, and you're a lot harder to see for enemy players. However, if they see where your shots are coming from, or if they happen to see your name or see the he stopped right in front of that shot. or see their reticle turn red when they happen to go over it, they will find you. And it's really not a great thing if it happens to be one of the walkers that discovers your location, because up here, you're just out in the open. There's no cover whatsoever. You also have the option to go behind enemy lines and just take their only command post that isn't the AT-ATs. This is a bit more risky, as you will be on your own, and just look at all those Imperials that are running towards the outpost, or the forward camp. That's not something that you want to be going against solo. It's not the worst thing in the world, but once you kind of let them fan out and go towards the command posts, as you can see, there are allies that have run over here as well, riding their own respective tauntauns. But you do have to be careful, because they will eventually run up on you, and it's not the best position to be in. This command post doesn't really offer you anything at all. However, if you do manage to take this command post and simultaneously destroy the AT-ATs before letting them take any of your other command posts, you'll pretty much shut this map down entirely. That's actually a very valid strategy in my opinion, because playing on Hoth is not in favor of the rebels in the slightest, and it's not supposed to be. They wanted it movie accurate, and it is movie accurate. The rebels have very little chance of actually winning on this map. Once you've taken this command post, though, it's pretty smooth sailing. Your enemies will constantly be spawning, and they will eventually try to take their command post back. That is also a way for you to kind of funnel them in and take them out. See, we are already gaining victory right here, because we have taken out both of the AT-ATs, and we have this last command post of theirs. Not a battle that we are supposed to win, but winnable nonetheless. The final strategy available is to just spawn as a pilot and grab one of the snow speeders. Be sure to grab an ally to activate that tow cable, whether it be an AI or another player, and then you can just attempt to take out the walkers the right way. Now, you can also just fly around and just sit there and take out soldiers with the blaster cannons on the ship. However, while it is doable, I feel like it is a little more difficult to fly. You can pull back on the right thumbstick, and you can kind of slow yourself down so that you can shoot soldiers and such, but it does feel like it may not be worth taking that route. If you're good at flying, it definitely is, and it is an option for taking out the AT-STs for sure. Definitely don't try and shoot the AT-ATs though, because as you know,
that armor's too strong for blasters.
And that's going to be it for our strategic map overview of Hoth Echo Base. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection comes out in just 2 weeks, so we hope to see you on the Battlefront.